right, music fans, welcome back. It is Dave, the Real Music Observer, observing real music in real time for real people just like you and just like me. Before I launch into this very interesting topic, I want to remind folks that I still need help over on Patreon. I'm looking for $1 a month. $1 a month. If you go to this page that you're on, the YouTube channel, there's a link up on the top right. You just click on that. It's got the little Patreon logo. It'll take you to the page. It's very easy to set up. Reoccurring charge of $1 a month. Use a credit or debit card. It's that easy. You won't miss the dollar. I do YouTube Red, and that's $10 a month. I kind of don't miss the $10. I mean, if you do more than $1, if you're doing $50 a month, which, by the way, I'm not saying that's what you do, but if you want to give $1, I appreciate the dollar. If you want to give more, that's up to you. If I can get, say, half the subscribers to do that, then I never really have to worry about demonetization again. It can sort of be like an afterthought. Oh, look, they demonetized my video. Well, I'll appeal it, and I'll just take my time, and it won't really matter like it does now. I'll be all set, and I can pretty much talk about whatever I want to talk about. Any uncomfortable, controversial topic I can bring forth to you. All right, so that's the good thing about Patreon. So I'd appreciate your help. Now, the topic, Don Felder versus Don Henley. So Don Henley did this interview for the Cass County album, where the interview was something like, it was titled, Don Henley is having a bad day as usual. And the interviewer is more or less trying to goad Henley into getting angry about stuff. And they reached the topic of Don Felder. Now, here's what Don Henley's mad about. I don't think he's necessarily mad that Felder probably got a good chunk of money, at least from the old stuff. I've been told from somebody who's extremely close to the Eagles that Felder made out, quote-unquote, handsomely from the arrangement, and he should be pretty much set for eternity. And probably his kids and grandchildren are going to be fine. But Henley, all right, I don't think Henley was really mad at that. What Henley, according to the interview, seemed to be really peeved about is the fact that Felder released this book, okay, and the book told the truth about all of the drugs and all of the women and all the behind-the-scenes stuff, like real detailed information that Henley has this wall around, or he tried to protect. It's kind of like it's our fight. We keep it in-house. If you watch the documentary, there's a scene where Henley's kind of like the protector, like, hey, this is our battle. You guys stay out of it, meaning the press and people who want to know about it. I mean, hey, why should any fans who spend hundreds of dollars on tickets and CDs and paraphernalia, why should we have a say in anything, right? Why should we know about what's going on? I mean, it's kind of like being an investor. You invest in this band, and actually a band becomes like a brand, which is kind of like a corporation, pretty much. The Eagles right now are a corporate entity. So I want to invest in this corporation. I want to buy some of their stuff. I want to go to one of their events, and I want to give my money to them willingly to see them entertain me. But that kind of entitles me to the truth. And I think what Felder did for the fans was give the fans the truth. Now, that really got under Don Henley's skin. He didn't like the fact that Felder unearthed all of the gory details of the stuff that went on behind the scenes. Now, I can make a big point in this video to talk about Don Henley's little incident with the underage prostitute. I think it was 1980. And the lines of cocaine and all of that good stuff. You can Google that for yourself. I mean, those are the days of complete and utter debauchery. these guys had more money than they knew what to do with, and it was out of control. The late 70s, early 80s, you could see why Randy Meisner would leave that. He already had a problem with addiction, and these guys were just feeding his bad habit, and that you just can't be around that. And Randy has struggled with that for years, and I could see him getting out. They should have had a get out of jail free card for Randy, and not this, hey, record an album for us before you leave. It's just bizarre, but those are contracts and they have to be upheld. So that's the crux of it. It's not just this animosity toward Felder. He's too happy-go-lucky. He's good-looking, whatever. I've heard all kinds of theories as to why Felder get booted out. People were looking at him more than they were looking at Don Henley and so forth. I don't know if any of that's true, but I do know that Henley was absolutely unhinged about the details that came out that painted himself and the rest of the band really in this drug-induced stupor for most of their existence. So that's it. That's my video. I hope you got something out of that. If you're a Henley fan or a Felder fan, there's something for everybody. Of course, I love Don Henley as a musician, not so much as a human being. I'm just saying. That can change, of course, like everything else, but that's the way I see it. I'm Dave. I'm the Real Music Observer. I'll be back, though, observing more real music in real time for real people just like you and just like me. Don't forget Patreon, folks. I need your help. Thanks.